right across Ukraine, the characteristic of the last 4 years of this war, except in the very frontline areas, is the ability of Ukrainians to carry on almost as normal. But here in Kyiv, which has been the target now for many months of sustained attacks, particularly on civilians and the energy sector, the resilience is not collapsing, but it's wearing thin. But that's giving way to more anger than it is to a desire to surrender. And there's a strong feeling here too that negotiations being run by the Americans, which are seen especially here as entirely favouring the Russians, are a waste of time. That what really has to happen is pressure has to be brought to bear on Putin to be forced to negotiate a genuine ceasefire and a genuine peace. And attacking civilians is not the way to go about that.
I don't believe that any result can be reached with help of negotiations with Putin. It's ludicrous to me. It's absolutely useless and pointless to negotiate. It's like negotiating with Hitler during the Second World War.
Do you know what the weapon was?
I guess it was Shahed, most likely, because judging by the remnants which were left, it looks like it's parts from his side, and it looks like more, I'm not a specialist, but it looks more like a Shahed.
What effect did this have on you and your family?
The thing is that we somehow got used to this because we heard explosions often. There was a period when each night we heard explosions because some objects were targeted nearby this place, and it was very noisy. So, and you know, you are just aware that anything like that can happen to you, but you have to carry on with your life no matter what.
This is your apartment,
Yes,
your flat?
Yes. That's the place where I live, my apartment on the ground floor. So we have a 3-room apartment, living room and 2 smaller rooms.
And how has the effect on energy been on you and your family psychologically?
Psychologically, I must admit that it was difficult, even sometimes depressing, because when you have both cold inside your apartment, you cannot. I have electric stove, and without electricity, without power, you cannot cook, you cannot warm up. And when it's dark and cold, of course, the whole day. Well, if you come back, when you come back after work, you know, it's depressing. You have nothing to do. You cannot do. You can just scroll, but again, your battery might stop work. I mean, iPhone. So, and of course, psychologically, it's difficult.
Do you think that's deliberate?
I'm sure that it's deliberate. Of course, the goal is to break resistance and to damage people psychologically, to make them more submissive.
Do you think it'll work?
Of course not. Of course not. Even if you look at the history, it's counterproductive because people, you cannot break their will. They become more determined and more angry.